Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of The Stolen Earth Whoscussion. I don't know, I was looking at it on my screen and I read The Stolen Earth as I was saying it aloud.
Yeah, I'm here, by the way.
Yeah. Harriet Skelly is there spitting mad fire on the mic. As always, you know, when you're an undead skeleton creature, that's just something that happens. Also, we've got with us today the Late Crow. The Late Crow, tell us a little bit about what you do on YouTube land via Ultimation Studios.
Right, so when I can be bothered and when I have the time, and those two things happen, they don't converge very often, but when they do...
Much like a timeline.
Yeah, just... I can be motivated, I can have time, but sometimes they don't always happen together. But when they do converge, I will poop out various projects, which get short films and soon audio dramas as well. Yes. And I'll chuck them up on my YouTube channel to be enjoyed or criticized or laughed or cringed at by the general public.
Woo! Nothing wrong with that. A little bit of cringy videos. I've gone back and watched my first ever stream. It was fun.
There's a reason why my first film does not exist on YouTube anymore.
Oh,
there are some even more cringy things that they spit on YouTube. Go back and watch those. They're fun.
Yeah. This sure is. Surprisingly enough, I think even early Whoscussion's still good. So this week we're going to be covering The Stolen Earth, kind of actually hashtag spoiled that a couple of minutes ago, and Journey's End, which brings an end to...
Well, not really a spoiler, because if they're following Whoscussion, they should know exactly where we're at.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, who knows? Who knows where we're at? We're like, Foxy Love, actually. Kids, don't Google who Foxy Love is, and you should never watch that show until you're at least 18. So Donna of the Noble household is leaving us this week, which is sad of the panda, as seen by the last shot. That last shot was just not really well composed, if I'm being honest. We're going to be finishing it up with the Galileo Trap, featuring the 8th Doctor, Liv Chenka, and Helen Sinclair, who is just great. Yeah. I'm really liking Helen. And our last story for this week is Loup-Garou, which is the 5th Doctor and Turlough, being the 5th Doctor and Turlough, basically. So the Stolen... Hell yeah. This is great. So the Stolen Earth Journey's End. The Late Crow, take us away.
Alrighty then. So the first act of Stolen Earth is pretty good. I dare to say. I mean, I'm going to put... Okay.
Now I'm going to preface this by saying
this is going to be the single mention, and I'm going to try and refrain from mentioning this person again. Unfortunately, Rose is in this, right? That's all I'm going to... Rose is getting a mention. That's it. I'm not going to talk about her for
Is it Rose, though? What was Billy Piper told to do in these 2 episodes? Was that Rose?
I'll talk about that when we get to the thoughts, but as far as the synopsis goes, I'm going to try and forget she's in this. Anyway, so we open up, kicking off after last time, and Doctor's having a bit of a panic out, and they race to Earth, and it's like, oh, everything's fine. And then they get back in the TARDIS. It's like, what did I get wrong? And then it's suddenly very, very not fine. There's a bit of a tremor outside, and the Earth is just poof, gone. Absolutely. Sorry.
Question: yes? Why didn't the TARDIS move with it?
Because the Daleks just took Earth, right? They know if it was the height of the Dalek Empire sort of stuff, then they would have known that they could have just taken it without the TARDIS.
Yeah, but they want the Doctor there, so
they do. But they wanted to do it in the right way because of Khan.
Oh, right, there we go.
He was like, "This is how it has to happen." So they were complying with Khan's.
Okay,
demands. Cool.
There we go. Thank you, because I was just sitting there like, what? Khan! All right, continue.
It's that basically Dawn's purpose. The TARDIS is just an object on the Earth, so it would have gone with it. What?
No,
anyway.
But it's got its own separate dimension.
Just like, oh, that sickly, sweet, overflowing in the mouth maple syrup is great. Yep. He'd really been kind of containing himself for a bit in the last season.
Yeah, 2 good episodes, man, back to back by him. I'm just like, please. Don't.
Now we know where all that excess syrup went. It was all being saved for this.
Well, that's the thing, is that like there's a whole lot of good stuff in this.
There actually is.
Like real, like crunchy gold bits of maple syrup. You know, like it's like a
hokey pokey ice cream.
Yeah, it's like a hokey pokey ice cream.
That was so crazy. You guys were in sync just then. I love that.
All right. So the Earth has disappeared. That's not good. And then we start to see various peoples looking up at the sky, including Wilf and Sylvia. I love Wilf. Wilf is great. Just always Wilf. Yes. And then we got Martha and the unit folks, and she's in New York now, apparently. Okay.
Yeah, good with all those real, genuine American accents.
Whoa.
They were fantastic.
They were so genuine. Or American. We are American actors, Martha.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are war.
We are war. Martha, just look at the sky. I think mine was better than the lady in the episode, actually.
Yeah.
I think so too.
So
Who says that? Who says that?
Yeah, right?
In the
Just look at the sky.
circumstance.
Why didn't she just explain what was happening?
In this circumstance, you wouldn't just be like, just look. You would be like, there's planets in the sky. That's
Yeah,
what you
exactly.
would do.
Exactly.
It's
Right?
not that crazy. Like, especially when you're working for literal units.
Yeah,
Like,
right? Alien experts? Hey, the planet got moved. Question mark.
Also, I don't think they'd panic quite that much. They'd just look at the sky and be like, another day at the office.
Their unit, their whole job is to fight the supernatural.
yeah.
The
I mean, it
Brigadier
would be
killed
like
literal demons.
Yeah.
It would be a
Anyway.
little bit of panic, like initially.
Oh, yeah, a little bit, but
And like you would kind of expect that they would be like, "Oh, this is kind of crazy," but you'd
yeah,
be
they
like,
wouldn't panic on par with the general public are shown to be panicking.
"Yeah,"
Yeah.
and you wouldn't just like stop, like dead, like be unable of actually like constructing a sentence, sort of stuff. You know, you'd be able to say, "There's planets outside now.
Yeah.
What's happened?" You wouldn't.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. Maple syrup.
Yep.
Continue,
So yeah,
please.
as Harriet Scully said, there's now planets in the sky. What crazy! And so the Torchwood team are noticing this. Sarah Jane's noticing this. Everyone's noticing this. I mean, how can you not
Yeah.
notice this? So
Everyone except classic her companions. But
Yeah.
hey,
Hey.
let's not open that can of worms yet.
Yeah,
Let's
where
get through
where
this.
are all the classic companions that
I
are living
know.
on Earth? It's so frustrating.
uh,
The Heavenly Paradigm did something about
Tegan
it. Like,
really did.
Tegan.
Really. Tegan.
Tegan.
Deanna Fielding.
Take
She's just ultra Australian now. She walks up, she's wearing the hat with the corks on it. Grok, it's the Daleks. I'd love that.
Oh, you're a bit of
That
it.
would actually
Yeah.
have been so good. Just- you didn't even have to have them all show up. You could have
Yeah.
just had like an extended cut where where every single Earthbound companion is just like looks up in the sky and is all like, crikey.
Yeah, crocky.
That's all you need.
Yeah, Annika
Thanks.
Wills is just like, I'm Annika Wills. And then I just would have been like, this is the best episode ever made. Okay, done.
Excellent. Right. Okay. Done. Anyway, so yeah, that's all going on. It's a bit of a time, and the Doctor can't find what to do. He's like,
And I
don't
still
know
haven't found what I'm looking for.
So it's like, right, okay, let's toddle to the Shadow Proclamation. What's the Shadow Proclamation? Let's go find out. Zoomy zoom.
Hang on, Harry Scully had wanted to interject there. What were you going to say, mate?
Yeah. It's just some dudes. That's the funniest. That is like, it's as much as the Shadow Proclamation, like, it's kind of a great idea. The idea, like this.
I love the Shadow Proclamation.
The fact that it was built up in the way that it was, like constantly, like article, the Shadow Proclamation,
Yeah,
and
4
then he's
whole
just like-
seasons.
Yeah, for like 4 whole seasons, and then he's all just like, they're just some people. They just do some stuff.
And they don't even appear.
I like that
after
they're a
the season.
matriarchy.
Yeah.
Just throwing that out
Exactly. It's
there.
like they're I mean, okay, so they're ladies that like seem to have telepathic abilities and are a little bit albino, but that's it. That's it. And you only see them for the beginning of this, and then you never see them again.
Moffat brought them back for a cameo.
Yeah, but not really. Like,
And it was the same actress too, which was cool. But yeah, I want more of them. I absolutely agree. That really I think that's why hashtag plugging my fanfiction here. But that's why I made her like a mainstay in the plot, and we had 2 Jadoon companions. However, I got my co-writer really attached to them and killed them both. But I'm not a bad person.
just kind of Big Finish.
Yeah, it just I think it's Big Finish's fault. Preemptively. But continue.
Right, cool. So he's like, yo, I've lost a planet. We need to sort this. I can't find it. And they're all like, yeah, well, join the club, mate. A lot of people are missing planets. What? Let's have a sit down and a discussion about this, and let's talk mumbo jumbo. So they talk mumbo jumbo for a bit. So that's all very well and good. Anyway, back on Earth, they're like, okay, we got planets. What are we going to do about it? And then they detect some ships coming down, and it was at this point where a production team says to another production team member, hey, so you know how our main villain Image has toys now? We need to push their catchphrase real hard right now. And they're like, right, we're going to do that? Yeah, we need to push them Dalek toy sales. So they do that because it's the Daleks coming. And
I
they
really wish it was
exterminate.
Daleks, Conquer, and Destroy.
Yeah.
But they don't want to exterminate. They want the people. Why would they yell exterminate?
Yeah, they're not there. They're not even there to kill all the human race. But why is it the first thing that they say?
Yeah, exactly. Daleks,
They're not there
Conquer.
to exterminate.
If they really want to exterminate, Earth would be poof, gone, up, end of show. What?
Yeah, exactly. The
anyway.
Doctor turns up and it's just dust. He just sees a blue jacket
Oh.
floating in space with a blonde scalp. No!
Please.
Please,
do anything for that. Anyway.
I'd get that on a T-shirt and just
I mean,
Yes.
I still really do want a T-shirt idea that I said in the chat.
yes,
Yes. Yeah.
and then just
for-
all
for
wear it
stream.
in public all the time. It'd be great.
For stream purposes, it is Rose Tyler is the worst.
Yeah.
Shit.
I
want it to be like one of the ones that's like the cheesy like the non-outline stuff where it's like it's the colored silhouette of people.
Yeah.
It's like doesn't have a face and stuff. Like the classic like Rose and Doctor thing together on the shirt, and then like in the stylized letters it says Rose is the worst, and that's it. And people would like see it from far away, but oh cool, like he's one of those nerds, and then they read it and they're like, what?
What did you just say? Oh my god, you must hate all people of any creed, ethnicity, and gender. It's like, no, it's just she's not a good character.
Actually, what
if you want a romantic female lead, all right, who's actually cool as hell, and I love that she doesn't right? She doesn't even get with the Doctor because the Doctor's like, "Lol, I'm an alien. Are you an idiot?" And she's like, "Actually, yeah, I must be."
Doctors.
Yeah. Like, come on.
Well, it's 8. Who doesn't have a crush on 8?
Yeah, exactly. I've got a crush on 8. Before I even knew who he was, I had a crush on 8. That's how much he's that awesome. But anyway.
It's just like they're filming the regeneration scene, and I feel disturbance.
Yeah, I'm like, what I would have been like 7? As I'm like 7 years old and was like, I feel a great disturbance in the Force.
That would have been the moment that you were handed a Doctor Who novel.
In that exact moment, I'm reading John Pertwee, like, you don't even know what you're in for, kiddo. Like, thanks, John Pertwee.
like he actually materializes. Yeah,
there's a Force ghost of John Pertwee, like, hey, kiddo. Yes, perfect.
I love how we've just gone into some complete not where we meant to.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let's get back on track. What was happening? Oh, Domino's Pizza was on the phone.
Domino's Pizza was happening.
Oh, sorry,
Daleks. So Daleks were coming to Earth, and everyone's kind of pooping their pants, except the audience.
Right?
Yeah.
They're not scary.
I want to really talk about this.
Yes,
I got to do it right now.
Yeah.
So I love how as soon as they like exterminate. They're all like every one of the spin-off characters. So that's Jack and Sarah and I guess Martha's not really a spin-off character. She was actually in the main show, but you know what I mean. They're all like freaking out. They're like, no, the Daleks, everything's so bad, it's all bad, and the audience would be like, why? Yeah,
the Doctor beats them by just like laughing sometimes. Like,
the thing is that like they've like never been like a big threat, and the only times that they like really have been is like the first season, and even then Rose Tyler just showed up and killed them all. So that's kind of what everyone's kind of expecting at this point. So what?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
really
silly. Work. But the thing is that like if there wasn't that entire season of Daleks basically that we had with the Skaro, the Cult of Skaro and all that stuff, if we didn't have any of those episodes and we'd actually like for the past 3 seasons had thought that they were completely all dead, this would have been intense. Really intense, especially when Sarah Jane starts crying about it, because then you're like, oh.
You just exactly, and like oh man, Sarah Jane, yes,
Sarah Jane,
so much yes.
Yes, you were there at the very beginning of my creation. And I was just like, oh my god,
Julian Bleach, yes.
He's my future husband, throwing that out there, but
so you can take him. I'm going to go and somewhere marry Alex McCoy. That's fine.
Oh yes.
Anyway, well, let's get through this. I've already killed enough time, and we're barely halfway through the first story. Sorry. So that's all going on, and it's not a good time for a lot of people. And the Daleks are coming down. They're doing a bit of blasty. Not sure why. If they maybe just to kind of, they're just like, well, we did say exterminate, so I suppose we need to do something scary. And so they do scary stuff. They take down the Valiant because we need to remember that's a thing. Who actually cares? That's all very well and good. And so units can't.
I guess the point is that they show up to kill every. They do kill every like military installation.
That's true.
Just as like a show of power. So they do kind of do a little bit of extermination.
So because everyone's kind of in communique with each other, Jack's all like, Martha, get out of there. He's like, alrighty, I'm gonna use Project Indigo. Oh, Project Indigo, what's that? You should know about that. Then why'd you mention it, Martha?
Why did you say a single goddamn thing?
Anyway, so experimental teleport. I don't know why they bothered to go experimental, because it works every time she uses it.
Not only that, like, their unit. Surely they got working teleportation.
They're just like, whoopty, that's teleport.
They had John Pertwee's Doctor for years working there. Surely they would have been like, hey, we figured some stuff out, kiddo.
Yeah.
And the thing is that like the teleport that they're talking about is the salvaged Sontaran teleport, apparently, right? Which I'm just like, hey.
Yeah, that was so dumb.
But also, if it's being salvaged, it was salvaged from that kid's house, right?
Yeah.
Where it was a fully functional teleport.
A fully functional teleport.
So it's still not experimental.
So it's still not experimental. Exactly. It's like, what?
Whatever. I think that was the point where actually that was the first point in the story. I had to go, hold on, pause. Okay, back in. Anyway.
Whenever this track plays, whenever that Murray Gold track plays, the plot hits the fan. Every single time it plays in the series. It's crazy.
Murray Gold went to town on this. That's amazing.
Murray Gold is the best part of this series.
Yeah, he actually
is. Yep. Okay. So that's all very well and good. And so humans are being taken up to the Dalek ship, the Crucible, and they're being taken up there. And then some people that are unfortunately related to a blonde person appear. I feel sorry for those people because they're actually decent people.
Yeah.
But they come along.
Not really related, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. He had his whole life ruined by Rose as well. So
yeah,
he really.
# reason why Rose is literally the worst.
Yeah, she ruined him as a child as well. I think that's one of my favorite things.
# Rose Tyler is the worst.
Yeah, she's actually the worst.
Yep. Meanwhile, Harriet Jones, MP for Flight on Off. No, wrong season. So she's like, yo, I'm going to call everyone.
Such a joke character. She's such a joke in this as well. They
Yeah.
still continue the same joke.
But,
The same joke.
Yeah,
Harriet Jones,
it's so
former
dumb.
Prime Minister. It doesn't work.
I really wish she was more callous.
Yeah.
I know,
she would have
right?
been
I
after
really
her
wish
last.
she'd actually had now grown up and
Yeah.
decided not to keep saying that. You know,
Yeah.
the joke, they could have reversed the joke to have people be like, "We know who you are," and she doesn't say the thing instead.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Yeah.
10 broke the web of time, and Russell just lolled at that. I was like, no,
Yeah.
he broke the web of time. Well, what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was just like, "You're gonna lead." He additionally is like, "You're gonna lead a human revolution, the next one of the great human bountiful empires." You know what? I don't want that to happen.
You laser beamed a refugee ship, which is it was pretty not cool. She did laser beam an actual
She did.
refugee ship, but
But she had good reason.
yeah, exactly. They turned up and were
Yeah.
like, "We're gonna invade," and she's like, "Why don't you just ask for help, you idiots?" And they're like, "Fair call,
Well,
actually."
they were only refugees
Yeah.
at the end because the Doctor literally wrecked their day. So, they were going to show up and be like, "We're going to be your ultimate masters," and then the Doctor was like, "Actually, I'm going to wreck your day."
Yeah.
And then Harriet Jones was like, "Well, I'm also going to wreck the day."
Yeah, I can see where she's coming from too.
I'm allowed to wreck the day. Only I, the 10th Doctor, can bring a full M of wrecking your day.
Yes, early Whoscussion coming back, folks.
Oh, all right. So, yep. Cool. Where are we? Yep. Lovely. So she's calling all the peoples, and right, we're gonna combine forces to call the Doctor. And that I think this is probably one of my favorite Murray Gold tracks in this. That moment when they all call the Doctor, and the Murray Gold's just like, right, let me just spew my talent all over this stuff because we need to get some.
It's weird because series 1 and 2.
Series 1 and 2, Murray? No.
He was honing his craft. That's
Yeah,
what we'll say.
he was honing his craft. Then series 3 and series 4, Murray, are like, I get concerts around the world that are sold out. So yeah.
Yep. And so they call the Doctor. Meanwhile, the Doctor's figured out what's going on with all the planets, 26 planets all snatched out of time and space. And the Shattered Proclamation's all like, right, so we're going to try and get you to lead us into battle. And the Doctor's like, yeah, nah, mate. And they skedaddle. And
So,
Yep.
sorry, I know we're on episode 1 still, but the Confidential really, really pissed me off because what was supposed to happen is the Doctor was actually going to lead the Shadow Proclamation into the war with the Daleks.
Yeah.
And he was going to have heaps of people helping out, and the Savine, not the Savine because it's a family name, but some Rexa.
Those are Cockathalapatorians.
Yeah, they were going to turn up and be all like, they were going to help out as well. And a little itty bitty, the Prime Minister got turned back into an egg. Not the Prime Minister, the MP got turned back into an egg. Slovene, she was going to be there with the appearance as a little kid Slovene. Or Cockathalapatorian or whatever it is. Midshipman Hayne was going to turn up and he's going to be battle hardened. Right, post the Titanic incident, and it was just going to be a whole bunch of people turning up, and it was going to be the Doctor leading another time war, and the whole point of the Metacrisis Doctor was him coming to realization that he was still deep down inside a warrior. And I was like, this is so cool. Why isn't that the story we got?
It would have actually been amazing.
Yeah, I would have been like, this is great.
Because then that's the thing that Deborah says at the end, you know, it's like you just turn people into weapons is legitimately what should have happened. Is he rekindled the time war again?
Now I'm just deflated.
Yeah, I'm really sad. So I'm sorry, but let's finish Soul on Earth.
Alrighty, cool. So yep, we're getting places. Man, the Doctor's getting places too because they all call him, and they do that, and they latches onto a signal caused by said phone, and they get to the Medusa Cascade, and they have to do a few technical doodads because the whole Dalek stick is a couple of spots out at sync at a time.
That's Harry Skelly's favorite term. No, it doesn't, because if they're like a second ahead, when you catch up to that second,
and you'll be there.
Then you'll be there. It makes no sense. If you're a second out of sync, and the second, I'll see you. So it's just like this. No, it's a time travel show, you idiot. You actual ignoramus.
All you get is this sort of 1 second uncomfortable pause whenever talking to someone, and it'd be great.
Yeah, but it's not talking over you a second earlier than they should.
Yeah,
it's just that's what'll happen.
Like an unfortunate Skype call.
Yeah,
exactly. It'll be really unfortunate.
Anyway, but they get there, and the Doctor manages to get to Earth, and Donna's great. Donna's just Donna, reacting quite nicely in a Donna fashion.
Yeah,
yes,
so
Donna.
glad that she just like wasn't Donna anymore at the end. That's my favorite part.
I love how she was just.
Yeah, we'll get there.
She was the hybrid, and he should be totally scared of.
But yeah, and so the Doctor lands on Earth, and he's all like, "No, I'm not even going to mention who else turns out." But basically, he goes for a run, and he gets shot by a Dalek and starts to regenerate, and that's where the first part of the story ends.
Yeah, okay, I've got a quick question here, and I'm so sorry, because I know I just want this episode to be over, but if they're Time War era Daleks, surely their guns stop the regeneration cycle?
You'd have thought.
Yeah, you kind of imagine that, but I can't remember off the top of my head if they knew it was the Doctor or not when they fired.
Right. So do you think they have to use maximum extermination? Because that's a term in
this
this
episode. I do imagine that they have to specifically attack in a certain way.
Yeah,
I don't imagine that their regular extermination guns do the right thing.
True.
Right.
And he'd probably need to recall back to Dalek Supreme and be like, "Yo, I found the Doctor. Can I kill him?"
Yeah, they're also they're probably also not allowed to actually straight up kill him at this point because of what Khan said. So that's probably the case as well. But even then, I imagine that what they probably do to stop the regeneration stuff is just fire again.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Because during the cycle you're actually vulnerable.
Done.
Cool. Done. Oh man, Time War should have been cool. Why was the 50th so dumb?
Can we not talk about that?
I'm sorry.
yet?
I know.
I'm gonna get to that.
All right, Journey's. All right, moving on. Quick, let's get through this. Are we going to go Journey's in now?
Yeah, let's see it, please.
Yeah,
Thoughts to the end.
Cool. The end, because it's one long story.
Okay, cool. So, Doctor's regenerating, but then because Russell T Davies has a massive hard-on for the 10th Doctor, he puts that regeneration energy into his hand and keeps the same face. Okay, then?
Oh, a literal waste of a regen.
Yeah. And as 11 says in Time of the Doctor, fantasy issues at the time.
Yeah.
So, that's actually true. Not on David Tennant's part, but because Russell T Davies had hard-on for 10. That's actually the reason. Anyway, so Murray Gold kicks the plot back into motion again. I feel that's just Murray Gold's just the cue. It's like, plot, you're dragging. Can we just move on a bit? And then it does.
Symphony of the Daleks is one of the greatest tracks ever.
So the Daleks have this fella called Dalek. Well, Dalek Khan, and he's a little bit crazy.
Yeah, and our fan version of what he did here is amazing.
That is a practical Dalek they're using because it looks great.
Yeah.
It is actual great practical effect, that one.
I love it.
It's fantastic.
Yes. And he's all talking in Ridley mumbo jumbo. He's coming. And that's all very well and good. So the Doctor's like, let's get onto the Dalek Crucible. Just like, can we not? It's like, oh, the Daleks have found us, so we kind of don't have a choice in the matter. Fair call. So the Doctor and his companions, Jack, Donna, and I think there's someone else. I don't know. There might have been someone else. I don't know.
Well, I feel like there was like some blonde hairs just around.
Was Charlie in this?
I goddamn wish.
We all wish. That would just make
Oh my god, if Charlie's in the 60th.
It would have actually been hilarious.
The 60th, these big Finnish companions.
Like, I was here first, and she's like, go fuck yourself.
But just the one F-bomb.
The one allowed F-bomb because it's PG-13.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Like that guy says there's a shitload of them in Hungry Earth. That's a real thing that happened. I was like, did I hear that correctly? Rewound it. I was like, yep, he said a shitload.
He did.
Yep, it's great. Anyway, so Davros is like, yo, Doctor, I'm still alive. And the Doctor poops his pants a bit. Sarah Jane poops her pants a bit because she's got on. She gets on because the Daleks are taking prisoners. And she's like, yeah, the Doctor's gone up there, so fair call. I need to be up there too. Alrighty, let's go up there.
I'm Sarah Jane. This is actually my character. Through you, Russell T Davies.
Yeah. I'm not in love with the Doctor.
That was
you idiot.
Anyway, and then Mickey and Jackie are up there as well. I don't know why. I think they're looking for someone. Anyway, I don't know who. But that's all right. They're all up on the Dalek.
I mean, Jack
crucible now.
came with the thing. Yeah, Jackie and you said Jackie. That's why. Anyway, Jackie and
Yeah.
I don't know how they came back through. It's not been explained clearly at all.
They just have
It
some,
really hasn't.
this dimensional
Dimensional canon.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, hold on.
Yeah.
Were you going to break down the walls of reality to get back here?
Although
Was
I
that
think
your
what they're
plan?
going with is
Is
that
that thing that the doctor said about not being allowed to do that?
Yeah,
that it's
that's
kind
really
of
bad.
damaging, that it'll kind of destroy both worlds in the process if you do that.
Yeah. And literally
Yeah.
some idiot, because they missed their pretend boyfriend, was literally destroying all of reality as a result.
hashtag worst companion ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you love somebody, you wouldn't destroy the universe.
Worse.
Because it would kill them too. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. So what's going on here is these 26 planets. Is it 26 or 27?
27.
Who cares? I don't care. This isn't a random number that Russell T Davies pulled out of his ass. That's how many planets there are. Russell
I
T
mean, the
Davies.
whole idea, honestly, the idea of some random planets that exist, having like the correct composition to create like an intergalactic engine in that sort of way is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Kind of a cool idea, and the fact that like Davros has like figured it out and is like using that to create this amazing weapon that can literally break down the bonds between
And that's the
but,
most
like,
scientifically accurate thing that happens.
yeah.
The discussion about atoms.
Discussion about atoms.
Oh man, it's just Julian Bleach's delivery. Oh my god.
Julian Bleach's.
It's so it's hot.
The real funny thing about it though is that he doesn't need a big planet engine to do that. So that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
He could have just done it.
Yeah.
Detonate
So that's what
the reality bomb.
That's what the planets do, apparently, is they send this made-up mumbo-jumbo energy beam through all of the universe and cancel out the electricity that basically binds all atoms together and basically end of infinity worrying everything. And
he snaps twice. Basically.
Yeah.
Twice. That's what they're trying to do, but not just in that sort of way, because it's not just the one universe. It's like Thanos snapping across all of the multiverse.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff.
Yep.
It's amazing. Croton's like, I'm having a real good day today. Hey, is that all of existence being wiped out? Like,
and then he's like, I need to sort this out, so I'm gonna send Khan back through the time warp.
oh, that's actually awesome.
It's all Croton.
Yeah, Croton's like, I need to sort this out.
Meanwhile, Donna was having a bit of a spaz out, and she stays in the TARDIS a bit too long, just in time to be deposited into the core of this Dalek sort of planetoid base thing, and starting to destroy the TARDIS. And the Doctor's like having a bit of a just like, take me instead, and just like and just Dalek Supreme's just kind of like, yeah, no, I can't. I'm enjoying watching you squirm, ha 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 ha. And then the TARDIS.
I don't have any emotions. Are you talking?
Yeah, Davros was like, I feel like I programmed you wrong earlier in the story.
Yeah, he's legitimately like, if I hadn't programmed you, I'd mistake that for what do you call it? But
Pride, right?
For pride, yeah, or something like that, yeah. But yeah, and so the TARDIS gets away in time, and Dalek Supreme doesn't notice this. Even how are they getting that visual anyway? I don't know. They do a lot of that, getting visuals from a spot where they shouldn't be getting visuals, but
we're using our super eyes.
Super eyes.
Yeah.
Time Lord eyes. What do your Time Lord eyes see?
And the reason the TARDIS got away, here comes the dumb bit.
Oh,
So,
it's for 20 whole minutes as well. I think it's 42 minutes and it's 42 minutes. I think it happens.
yeah,
It's like,
or whatever. But Donna touches the hands that the Doctor shot all of his regen energy into, and it glows a whole nother Doctor.
Why? How?
It's a biological meta-crisis.
Shut up! Just shut. No. No. Just biological meta crisis. My ass, man. What the no.
Who's scared of hybrid?
Yeah, exactly. I'm so scared of hybrids that that's why one ran away. No, Moffat, stop pretending you know why one ran away. So why you made him a sexist, racist asshole?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All
right,
so this is so dumb. I don't understand. I mean, the thing is that like the science behind regeneration is interesting in general, but the idea that they could use regeneration energy to like literally recreate themselves, that kind of actually makes sense, especially considering he's able to like regenerate his hand, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
The thing is that like, why would the Donna jostling it add anything human to that mix?
Yeah.
There's no reason for that.
It's like when he thinks that you can make a medicine and then just spray it on
Oh,
people.
you just put a bunch of colored water together. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
Yeah. He just doesn't get how it all works. I'm just like, this is why you need a scientific advisor. I'm Brian Cox. This is a writer.
Hey, Richard
It's a writer.
Dawkins
Yeah.
was in this episode.
Yeah, I know.
Why was he just not asked to sort out the science?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
His
Anyway.
wife is an ex-companion, and that would have been cool to have her in it too. But hey, what do I know? I'm
would've
just some
actually been
asshole that
hilarious.
loves Doctor Who.
That would have been really hilarious, especially if Joe actually showed up and was Richard Dawkins' real life wife. Well, the who if she was the Whoniverse's Richard Dawkins' wife instead of
Lala.
no, sorry. If no. Yes.
Oh, so if Lala turned up as Lala,
Yeah.
that would holy crap. I can imagine a young me just been like, oh my god, because that's whole 10 years ago,
That
son.
would have been so good.
I need some new undies.
Yeah, just like Lala
That would
Ward
have
was in
actually
it.
been
That's
hilarious
amazing.
if Lala would have shown up.
Yes.
Or if because then people could have. There would have been like a bunch of fan theories as well. Being like, hey, is Romana on Earth?
Yeah.
Did she skip the Time War too? Did she use her chameleon art?
Oh my god, yes.
They
We
would've
can't
been-
have good stories. We're not allowed to.
No, we can't have good stories like that.
No, Big Finish steal good stories.
Yeah, stop stealing them,
Enough
Big Finish.
stories. All right, let's finish this, and then we can digress again. Okay, so Meta Crisis, dumb, but it happened, and so this half human, half doctor thing, like right, let's start doing some doodads, and he does some doodads involving forming this sort of hobnob of bits together to kind of bounce back that reality bomb feed thing back on Davros and himself.
Oh my
he's-
god, shut up.
Whatever. Yeah, but that's I'm only
If they're
saying
being
because
de-atomized, why do they blow up? Explain.
Davros, I don't feel good. I don't want to go.
Yeah, oh my goodness. They're all blowing up. And if Davros is like literally what these new Daleks are made up of, why isn't Davros being de-atomized?
Why is it related to the genetics at all?
Yeah.
If it's just getting rid of their atoms.
It's getting rid of all atoms.
Yeah.
All of them.
Why was the bottom of the place they tested it still intact
Yeah.
after they blasted it?
Exactly.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Unless what they're talking about is like something that is specifically for life itself
Yeah.
and just breaks down living things. That would be fine.
But
That would make
Davros
sense.
literally says all matter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And the stars were going out.
Rather matter-of-factly, too.
Yeah.
I want to kill you so much right now, that random
I will
guy.
snap right now.
Alrighty. Anyway, let's hope and get through this. So the all the doctors. So Martha's been doing this sort of side quest, I guess.
Oh my,
doing a,
no. Can we just pretend it wasn't in the episode?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's pretend it didn't
No, she
happen.
was doing a fantastic side quest. Where
Okay,
she
fine.
goes to Germany, and there's an extremely
the-
German person, extremely German lady. I don't know how she got even more German she could have possibly. It was crazy how German she was. And then there was the other lady on the view screen, the very Chinese lady that somehow still spoke English, and somehow they had a bomb there
Yeah,
for some reason.
and she even like
And
sounded.
I don't know why they do
Yeah,
that.
she didn't even sound Chinese.
didn't even
Also,
sound Chinese.
China,
There's that one guy
as
who
a
was
culture,
like,
wouldn't
I don't
have a
want
give
my-
up button.
Yeah, there's that other guy who's like, I don't want my name on this, and I'm like, who's gonna hear it if you're blowing up?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your problem?
Yeah. So
And
that's what they're doing.
humanity, why would humanity have a give up button? One of the key features of our psyche as a race of beings is survival.
Well, the thing is that so the idea is that I imagine that Unit know about the whole moving of the planet thing. They know that Davros has tried to do that. And
That's
they're
so-
basically like, well, the doctor would have told them, right?
But it happens in their future.
It does. There's a time where the Daleks are there again, though, right? With Davros, it's the Silver Nemesis stuff.
Oh, do you mean in Remembrance when
Yeah.
it happened in the 60s? Yeah, but he didn't try to move. I suppose he had the stellar manipulator, but
Yeah.
he didn't try to. The moving of the planets that 10 references in the Stolen Earth is when they
Yeah.
tried to put a rocket ship in the middle of the Earth. Right, this is a great idea.
Hey, they've tried. They also do that in Big Finish, trying to move the planets around. as
Yeah,
well, so-
but that's because they went back there.
yeah, they do.
Because 5 was like, hey, I don't know if you know this, Emperor, but your species is kind of full M of not smart right now.
That was a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Okay.
yeah, I do think that in the event of like this, it's really weird. I do think that some cultures on Earth would totally
Yeah.
accept
China
doing this,
wouldn't be one of them.
but China would not be one of them.
Yeah.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that and also don't believe that that it would be as accepted as it seemed to be. Like they had a lot of different places that were fine with it, and they were talking about like how they just needed 3 people to accept it. I'm like, those requirements don't make sense, really.
Yeah. Hey, 3 people to wipe out all of mankind. That seems like it is a committee.
Yeah, you would expect that it would be like you would have to have one in every single country, and then you'd have to have at least like 10 different like sides of the world all accept that this is the thing you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, let's just wipe out our planet and our entire species.
Yep. And we're leaving literally nothing behind.
Yeah.
Yep. We have never got the space.
So Martha's doing that. She's all like, yo, Davros, how about if you lost one of your parts in your engine? That'd be a foil in your plan. Meanwhile, Jack
just steal another one.
Yes,
it needs to be Earth, that's the point.
Yeah.
Is that like
Anyway.
for the engine to work? Otherwise, you'd have to design a whole new engine, which doesn't include Earth. That would take him like a couple of weeks.
He's like, I have literal time travel. I have all the time in existence to do this.
And then Jack has converged with Vicky and Jackie and Sarah Smith, and Sarah's all like, I've got this warp star thing. And so they patch that
into the beginning of my season.
Yes, you did.
That's
and so Jack's all like, yo.
Her show is better.
We're doing her next series next. Hell yeah. Awesome. So Jack's like, yo, I might blow you up as well. And Davros is just like, haha, look at them, Doctor, look at what you've made them. Dalek Khan is like, yes.
Yeah, so Dalek Khan's in the next Kingdom Hearts.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Please.
I looked inside you, Sora, and saw the heartless. Oh, gee, pal.
Oh my god. Fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Goofy's just like, who does Disney own?
Like, every time I think of Khan, though, I'm thinking like the aliens from Independence Day with the tentacles that come off of them, the whippy ones.
Yeah.
Every time, I'm just thinking of him just being like, and then grabbing Davros around the neck and being like, "You're coming with me."
Yes.
Especially considering Bill Pullman was also in Torchwood. Oh wait, no, that's not canon.
No, it's not canon, please. No, why was that a main character? It's so yuck. Anyway, let's get back on point. We are diverging strongly from the false maple syrup.
It's been like a whole 2 weeks.
Yeah, it really has been. But
we're making up for lost time.
Yeah. But these 2 episodes are like burned in my mind. It's so infuriating.
Alrighty, okay, right, we're nearly there. Okay, and so Davros is like, look, it does this whole you fashion people into weapons stick, which would have been cooler if the confidential thing happened. Yeah. But hey, whatever. Yeah. Meanwhile, the TARDIS appears and everyone's shook, even though it very clearly visually dematerialized.
The thing was the Doctor, like they say, so the Supreme Dalek is like, Time Lords are connected to their TARDISes. You will feel it as it dies. How does it feel? And the Doctors are like, oh no, blah blah blah. And then it dematerializes, and he very clearly knows that it dematerializes because you can see it that it's a dematerialization and not destruction.
Yeah.
And then he is still surprised when it shows up.
Yeah, wouldn't he have felt it die if it died as well? If
exactly.
Symbiotic,
like he would have felt.
Yeah.
He would have felt that it was dead. Surely he knew what was happening, basically. Like that the TARDIS was doing something of its own volition to save him. Mm-hmm. That would have been his immediate reaction, considering what he knows about the TARDIS as well.
Yeah. Anyway, so that appears, and Meta Crisis runs out in post-production done slow motion, which was done.
Post-production slow motion is always the worst.
Hell yeah, who needs frames?
Still not as bad as that scene in Torchwood. But,
nothing's as bad as the first 2 seasons of Torchwood, except for the non-canon one.
The 4th season of Torchwood.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so he goes to... I'm just like, why didn't he just point his sticky thing outside the house and fire? Why do you have to run up to him? Whatever.
Who knows? It's such a dumb scene, and the blocking from the DOP and the director is awful. Like that's some high school level shit, and I'm just like, I'm watching an officially produced production that is paid for by taxpayers' money.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wow.
So the Doctor, or the Meta Crisis Doctor, tries to fire the thing that is boo-barring about, and it fails, and so he goes collapsing and gets imprisoned like all the others. And then Donna's like, okay, someone who is vastly superior to me tried to do that and failed. I'm going to try and do the exact same thing, and unsurprisingly she fails. And
how does it work?
I love how she picks it up and it's just like, how do I fire it? Really?
And Davros just like lols.
Yeah. Why didn't they
Ahead of
communicate
time,
that ahead of time? This is how the machine works. If my ass gets handed to me because I'm going to run like a knob straight at Davros, you need to do it for me, kiddo. Sweet as. And then Davros is like, hey, I was created before the Emperor.
Yep.
Yeah. He just so we all know, he existed before the Emperor, okay? So the whole lightning hand thing, all right? He did it first.
Yep.
He didn't do it first, though.
Didn't he?
No, he didn't do it first because he didn't do it in
Genesis.
In Genesis, he didn't do it.
He does it in...
No, he doesn't do lightning hand stuff. He does do some electrocuting, but he doesn't do lightning hand laser beam shoot people in his chest sort of stuff, all right?
Right.
I see.
So
Very
everyone's...
much anime Star Wars stuff happening right now.
Exactly.
Especially in flashbacks that he...
the flash! I hate it so much.
I tried to avoid that, but...
And the thing is that, like, he's so old, right? And their, like, rivalry has existed since his fourth incarnation. I suppose in a way since his first. It should have just been him flashbacking to, like, all the crazy shit he got into, like that cool patriotic American clone guy.
Yeah, there would have been way more things that the Doctor has done in the time between he met Davros the first time and now, where that could also apply. And they just show a bunch of random ass clips of people randomly dying for the Doctor, and it's like that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, some of them
died just to like save people, like the Scottish guy that they showed dying. He died to save his wife.
Exactly. And a lot of the time it's like they weren't killing anybody else. They were just sacrificing themselves. That's different. It's not the thing you're trying to convey here.
Yeah. And some of them the Doctor didn't even know about. So why is he having flashing back into them?
Why is he remembering them? He was never there.
Anyway,
he was dead. You just couldn't see him.
He's always there.
He's always there. He showed me the bad thing and the stuff. Why don't you just kill the... Hang on, if Davros has come to the Time War, why don't they just go back and kill the first Doctor? Just kill him dead and then win the Time War. Oh wait, it wouldn't happen because the first Doctor was dead.
Yes.
Damn.
Anyway.
He shouldn't. Yeah. If they'd gotten out of the Time War, then if Khan had come back to the Time War, he could have just been like, "Hey, I'm in the Time War now. This is the events that happen. Mainly the Master's going to ruin it by doing the paradigm thing. So this is how we need to fix it." And then Davros was like, "Sweet, fixed it. We're done. We've won. Cool." But that's not what happens because Khan is basically like, "Because I went mad, I now am good now. I've seen that the Daleks are all shit."
What? It's so dumb.
So that happens. So anyway, all the characters are down. Davros is having a gloat, and then Donna pops up.
Yeah, I hate it, man. Don't write yourself into a corner if you don't know how to get out of it. Also, don't write yourself into a corner to begin with.
Don't write yourself into corners. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Corners. Who needs corners when you just keep breaking them down?
Yeah, exactly. It's so dumb. I hate it.
Yep, so Donna Deus Ex Machinas because apparently the zap that Davros did sparked Time Lordiness from...
How?
Whatever. It doesn't make any sense. She does it, and apparently the control panel she's at can literally control all the Daleks and stuff somehow.
Why? Davros is a prisoner here. Why would he have access to a terminal like that?
Yeah, because Supreme Dalek was like, "I totally am going to leave this."
Mm-hmm.
Just for you, Davros, so you can control us whenever you feel like.
Yep.
You want to rebel? This button right here.
And so they basically blow up the place basically. And Meta's Crisis is all like, "Yo, let's actually end these Daleks." And I thought Doctor should have been
that's the most Doctor thing you've said all day.
Yep. But Ten's all upset about this for some reason. Anyway, so they all go,
what?
Why are you upset about it? And Davros, or Julian Bleach rather, just has a final sort of amazing call out as everything's burning around him.
And then
because Julian Bleach is great.
The funniest thing is that the delivery is fantastic, but he says really one of the lamest things that I've ever heard.
"You, Doctor, the destroyer of worlds."
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like...
Yeah, it's just Julian Bleach's performance is great. The script
the performance is great, and it's chilling because of Julian Bleach, but please, like...
Yeah, it's just like, bro, Seven blew your shit up.
Like, Seven literally made you blow up your own planet.
That's my favorite.
With the Silver Nemesis. So
he's just like,
no, I'm gonna do
it. Nah, yeah, I am. Nah, I totally am. Oh, blow up.
I double dare you, mother. Say what again?
Yes. I just want to go watch Seven now. Anyway.
Exactly. That's basically it. Meta Crisis is just like, "Hey, you know how I part human stuff? Well, I actually got lots of Seven stuff." That's what happened.
That's what happened.
So boom, the whole plan is to Gonskis. Whoops. Oh dear. But the Earth is still in the wrong place. Oh no, what are we going to do to fix this? Let's tow it with the TARDIS.
Yeah. So, I'm a DC Comics fan. I don't know why.
We're solar engineers, so for some reason, instead of just being able to teleport the planet, like we teleport around with our own ships, we have to physically move them with totems.
So, apart from the fact that the amount, because they need to move from wherever the Medusa Cascade is to where Earth should be through space, the amount of G's being pushed onto the surface of the planet, holy actual shit, how is anyone alive?
Pretty much. Yeah. I mean, obviously, the TARDIS would be able to like correct for some of this stuff. We'd be able to do all that bullshit. But why didn't you just dematerialize? That's what you do. That's what the TARDIS does. It doesn't float around. It's not a thing that it does.
Yeah.
Also, if correct me if I'm wrong, but all the other planets kind of just went. Why didn't they just do that?
Yeah.
Oh, because the Megatron was broken. What the fuck? What?
Because Metacrisis broke it by making all the Daleks die.
Okay. Whatever. Let's get to the end of this. We're nearly there. So close. All right. So that's done. Metacrisis get dropped off with some blonde person. I can't quite remember who, but that happened or whatever. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yep. And so
I'm a clone of him and can die.
Who
I love
cares?
you so much.
I'm a human now.
And then Rose was like, 10. You remember how you had a massive major thing? I'm gonna kiss your clone right in front of you.
Right in front of you, you dick. That's what you get for cloning yourself, you wanker. And
That's what you get for giving me an entire clone boyfriend for myself.
Such a dick move. Anyway.
Especially considering there was no real on-screen chemistry at all.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that's the worst.
And I was kind of a dick to you. And that time that you were totally making out with a French aristocrat just because, and you're totally going to have a life with her instead of me. I don't know.
I don't know. I literally can't even talk.
I literally can't even.
So, all right, that happened. Let's move past it. Stop reminiscing on it. And so, Jack and Martha and Sarah and they all get dropped off, and they're all happy-go-lucky. Awesome, we saved the day. Hell yeah! And Donna's having a good time. She's like, yeah, I'm amped up. I've got so much
awesome
energy.
And
the doctor, and then she starts having a bit of a, maybe I'm not so good. And so the whole Metacrisis thing is starting to kill her. So the doctor's like, I need to wipe your memory. I'm just like, but it wasn't a memory issue. It was her biology.
Her genetics had been changed.
How's wiping your memory going to fix this?
It locks away the genes in a partition of her mind.
It was burning away her memory.
That's not how her mind. Since when?
There was the doctor's memories that were burning her up.
Whatever. Okay, so that happens. So the doctor needs to.
Surely we would have enough for those. I mean, like, no, he's hundreds, maybe even thousands of years old.
We wouldn't have the capacity for.
Really?
No, we really wouldn't. We don't.
Oh, fascinating.
He's thousands of years old.
Yeah, that's
I
a good
remember
point.
like ages ago. Mythbusters. Oh no, it wasn't Mythbusters. Adam Savage hosted it, but it was a Discovery Channel sort of special thing where they were kind of talking about what would happen if we worked out how to live well beyond our hundreds of years. They predicted that our brain would stop being able to take in new memories around the 500 mark.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. Okay, well there we go.
Yeah, we're definitely not capable of that. But I think more than
who's formatting the petition?
Yeah, that's basically what like. It was trying to format her to Fat 32, but she wasn't working. Yeah, science stuff. But really, the thing about it is that if she'd become part Time Lord as part of that regeneration thing, then surely it would have also sorted out her brain.
You'd have thought.
He'd almost half of that regeneration energy that he'd pumped into that hand came all over her. So. Surely she would have also got enough juice to handle that, but no. So she has her memory wiped, and she gets dropped off to Wilf and Sylvia, and that's all very well and good. And so she's forgotten the doctor. Wilf and the doctor have a bit of a heart to heart. The shade that the doctor throws at Sylvia. Oh my god!
Yeah, and Sylvia's like, "Take yourself and your shit out of my house."
It's so good, though. It's so good. Yeah. She's like, she was the most important person in the universe, and she's my daughter. She's like, maybe you should tell her that once in a while. And it's like,
oh shit! Bernard Crimmins is like, oh damn, breaks character. Throws a copy of horror glam rocketer. I was in this bit.
Yep. So yep. Awesome. And that happens, and so the doctor takes off after having a sad face, look in the rain. Wolf salutes him. And
that time he's super Scottish. That scene in the rain, he's like, "You can't ever tell her And I was just like, whoa, David Tennant, what's going on here?
Where'd your estuarian accent go? Out the window. He's just like, it's the end of a season.
Sorry, hold on. What was that here saying?
Murray Gold plus the rain. I was in tears too.
It's pretty. Yeah, man, it's actually it's awful because like he's like, yeah, I've got a cool ass companion. I can move on with my life.
The best companion in like this saga that we've had so far, and no, she's gone now.
Yeah,
so sad. And we finally got there, guys. We got to the end of it. An hour and 20 minutes later.
We just got them. What have we become? Okay, so I'm gonna get Harriet Scully's thoughts, the late crows, and then I'm just not gonna have any. So Harriet, your thoughts on this two-parter?
Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've like covered a lot of the crap that really gets me. Specifically, Rose really is just she's so bad. She's so bad.
Yeah,
she's awful. Why is she a thing? I don't understand. I don't know why people like her at all. But anyway, the story, this two-parter is actually fantastic if you can really get past the bad shit.
Yeah,
and there's a lot.
I want to do a fan edit of this pretty hard.
When you just cut out Rose.
Oh, you can't. You can't cut her out. I'll try though.
Real try to cut her out. Yeah, that's basically it. Really, just it's good if you can really get past that. And I don't know if there's many people who can. And I really couldn't, honestly. There's just the meta crisis stuff, the going back and getting himself into a corner and then having to do Sex Machina himself out
so badly.
But he'd planned this from the beginning, you know? He'd planned this story from the beginning of the series, from the beginning of the show of this season. Yet he still couldn't figure out a way of writing it so that he wasn't backed into a corner and had to do Sex Machina himself out. He had a year at least to figure that out.
I think maybe even more so. I think the moment Donna was introduced as a character in the Christmas special, he
yeah,
was like, I know where I'm going with this.
Point. So it's so weird. It's so weird. I don't get it. And the science was bad again, and it's just higher science.
That's never going to be good though.
It's just higher science advisors.
I'm Brian Cox. I'm a science advisor.
Brian Cox. Richard Dawkins.
Yeah, who was in the episode.
Yeah, have Lala come back as well, just casually. You know, there's so many options for that, and you just chose not to do any of them, and it's really. The other option that you had for doing good, Rose still shouldn't have been in it anyway. Can't wait for the specials.
I like the specials;
those are actually good. And it basically kind of feels like this is like the last spit of maple syrup in the jar, really. Other than what he was saving up for the master stuff with the Kamehameha wave.
Kamehameha. He trained with the turtle hermit when he was inside that ring.
Yeah. Those are my thoughts.
Cool. All right. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. All right, guys. Well, with that out of the way, let's jump into the Late Crow.
Late Crow. Yes.
Oh yes, you can jump into me anytime.
Oh, Whoscussion, I will too. Yes. All right.
Family show.
It's a family pixie. All right, take us away.
All right. I agree with what Harriet Scully said. If you can get past the dumb science, the fact that Rose exists, it makes for what do you call it? A good popcorn flick. It's Murray Gold definitely helps immensely with that. Just his, as you say, whenever the plot needs to get moving, his music drives it like a fucking like
a hurricane. But there's that one musical motif that when it plays, you know that the plot is trying to get covered up by Murray's music, and it's that one. Whenever that plays, he's desperately trying to cover how shit the plot is.
Yep. There was one moment, as much as I was trying to forget the fact that Rose exists, there was one line she said that was just, Billie Piper's a decent actress, but this moment was just like, were you having an off day on this take? What happened? So there's that moment where Jack is shot, exterminated, and of course it's Jack, so he isn't really dead, but Rose is like, Jack, no. Just the delivery is so pathetic.
He's dead, Doctor, no. And then Doctor's like, yeah, I know. Come away from him, Rose. I'm a human. Oh wait, no, I'm not.
I am not an actor.
Yeah, that's pretty.
I am actually award-winning actor David Tennant.
Yeah, it's pretty. It is
pretty bad.
The director on this was also not very good.
Yeah.
Well,
was it Graham Harper? It was I fucking knew it was.
He doesn't know me.
Yeah, I can feel it in my bones. That's me, Graham Harper. It's like, oh, great.
The sad bit is he's directed most of RTD's era as well.
Yeah, exactly. I just really wanted the characters to pop. I'm Graham Harper. That's what it says in every bloody fucking Confidential.
It's just like, how much is RTD paying you? Has he got your children under house arrest?
Under duress. He's quite old to be his grandchildren.
Yeah, are they being held hostage by the maple syrup monster? Is that why you're doing this?
Yes. Maple syrup monster got Cookie Monster and Big Bird to help him out.
Can you tell me the way to Sesame Street? Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But yeah, it's okay. And it's interesting because these two stories, well, one story really, but 2 episodes, were my introduction to the Whoniverse. So, yeah.
Sorry about that.
Hey, I'll take this over some of the stuff that's happened prior.
I'll take this over, like, Love and Monsters or...
I'll take this over anything. I'll take this over having to come in like most people in season 27.
Oh, no.
Come in with Rose, yeah.
Yeah, nothing made me sadder than seeing the Autons as the first villain. I was like, no. And then, like, the jelly monster was talking, and I was like, no. And my mum's just like, how was it, boy? And I was just like, I just looked at her, she was like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah. And then just went back into my room. And straight up, I was like, I don't even know what to think. So I read bloody Fall to Doomsday again.
Yes. But that's basically my thoughts. It's kind of it, really.
Cool. So my thoughts are, let's move on to Big Finish. Okay. I still think it sucks that Donna can't remember that she was literally a hero across time and space. That is actually...
I mean, that's actually like, really like real melancholy, and I think that's actually like the best writing part of it, is that it's actually, that part is written really well, but the fact that it had to happen is just kind of devastating, because she was such a good character.
Yeah, exactly. Now she's not allowed to be the Donna that she became.
Exactly.
It's what's weird though, she feels like she's worse than when she was Runaway Bride Donna.
Exactly. She's like so backwards now, because she doesn't have that as well. She can't have any of the learning that she got from Runaway Bride as well. So it's just so bad.
It sucks.
So bad for her,
and Bernard Cribbins in the rain, like...
Yeah, it's actually such a fantastic writing element, but it's just so devastating, and it's...
I look up at the sky every night, and I'll think of you. Thank you. And that screaming Scottish wee. And he hops back into his TARDIS and disappears. What I really enjoyed, though, is he doesn't say a damn thing when he hops into the TARDIS, because he's just like, this sucks, man. What the hell? What the shit? The Time War was so dumb, and now it's even more dumb, because it came back to bite me in the ass again. He just sits there, he stands with the TARDIS, and he's like, man, this is so dumb. No wonder 8 forgot everything. Shit.
It's actually really good, and it really leads into the specials as well, with the fact that he's like, he becomes Time Lord victorious sort of stuff, is that he actually does have to redo the Time War effectively, and then because of that, and he's lost all his friends again, he's gone back to what he would have been without Rose.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic. It's actually
great. Better character.
What a better character.
Yeah.
Amazing.
In the End of Time Part 2, in the End of Time Part 2 though, when he looks at Rassilon dead in the eyes and goes, go back to hell, I was like, yeah, that's my boy. Like, that was awesome. Looks his granddaddy right in his eyes and is like, fuck you, man. It's so, man, that's my favorite piece in the whole of that 2-parter. It's like, oh man, I can't wait to the end of Part 1. I can't even wait. Oh man, we're not even that far off. I can't wait to talk about that 2-parter. It's so dumb, but it's so awesome.
We're way off. We've got to get to all of Sarah Jane.
Yeah. It's like Brody the Legendary Super Saiyan. It's so awesome, but it's so dumb. A crying baby is the reason he's so strong. It's so stupid, but it's so awesome at the same time. Oh my god. Princess Trunks. All right.
It's his Trunks.
Yeah, it's his Trunks. All right, guys. So with that, we're going to move on to Part B.